My name is Phoebia Tongni and this is a half-yearly Schools Report 2025. To mark the significance of preserving Earth's rich biological resources, the Office of the Divisional Forest Officer, Social Forestry and Territorial Division, West and South-West Khasi Hills, in collaboration with Mount Hermon Academy Secondary School, Nostoin, organized a vibrant and educational function on the occasion of the International Day for Biological Diversity on the 22nd of May 2025, with our esteemed guest and resource person, Dr. S. Dengan, MFS, and Mr. FS1, MFS Divisional Forest Officer, Social Forestry and Territorial Division, Nostoin. The event began with a welcoming address by the host, Mr. John Wilson Carbani, chemist and biologist teacher of the school, who emphasized the importance of biodiversity in maintaining ecological balance.
I hope you understand what is this day right now, right? We are gathered here to celebrate the students, the what? The International Day for Biological Diversity, right? And the theme for today's year, for this year I mean, it is Harmony with Nature and Sustainable Development. And on behalf of the Mount Hermon Secondary School, I'd like to take this opportunity to express a warm welcome to each and everyone present here to this wonderful occasion as we celebrate the International Day for Biological Diversity 2025, focuses on the theme Harmony with Nature and Sustainable Development, in which this year's theme emphasizes the interconnectedness of nature and human development, aligning with the Kunming Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework, in short we can say KMGBF, and 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development in the collaboration with Mount Hermon Academy Secondary School.
The theme for this year's event, Harmony with Nature and Sustainable Development. One of the highlights was the interactive debate competition on harmonizing with nature, which saw enthusiastic participation from students of classes 7 to 10.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I am not here to present a naive dream, but a compelling vision, a vision where human's ingenuity is harnessed. What I'm trying to present here, respected Mr. Speaker, sir, is not to conquer, but to collaborate with the Earth's ingenuity, delicate ecosystems. I reject the false dilemma that pits against preservation, and instead I propose the role that we must profound and sustain the environment so that we can live in harmony with nature. Interdependence. Mr. Speaker, sir, as we all know that it is a relationship between humans and nature, where we rely on nature for natural resources like air, water, etc. for survival and well-being. And we in turn help the nature by providing protected areas, conserving the natural resources, etc. So that we can live in harmony with nature. Renewable resources. As we all know, the sun is the main source of energy to the earth. And plants use the sun to make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. But respected Mr. Speaker, sir, imagine if there's no sun, how will the plants make the food? They cannot make the food. And if there's no food means that there's no oxygen. And if there's no oxygen, which means that we people cannot live. Because we people and all the animals cannot live because we need oxygen to breathe. The sun also provides, is the source of light to the earth. And without the sun, there will be extreme dark. The earth will be covered in darkness. And how will we perform our daily activities like swimming, playing, walking, etc. without the sun? And what would animals do if their fate rely on the light? So our harmony with nature is our harmony with the sun. Waste management. It is the management of waste where we don't throw plastic everywhere, like whatever we want. We cannot throw them because if we pollute the nature, which means that we cannot live in harmony with it. Okay, because to conclude my speech, Mr. Speaker, sir, I am ready to illustrate that we can harmonize our nature, not by just destroying it, but also by conserving it, so that we can live in harmony with nature. Thank you.
So, Mr. Speaker, sir, we know that this nature, it provides us many types of needs like air, water, and soil. And first of all, I would like to ask, like, can we live without these natural resources? No, right? We can't live without air. Who can live without air? No one. I think all of us in this room, we agree that we can't live without air. Can we live? No, we can't live. We should harmonize with this environment. And but why? As them as the oppositions or that are against me, what is the reason that the reason is that they don't need air, or is the reason, or they don't even need life? Soil is important for us. Then why we should not harmonize with this environment, this part of environment, the soil? That's why we need this soil. Nature also not only provide us in our physical being, but it also provide us in our mental being. Like we, as we live here in urban areas, like the whole day, the noise and the sound pollution, it feels like it is very stress for us. But you look like in rural areas, they live that happy life, and many of us from urban areas, they went for hiking, trekking, in many types of vacations, like we see in Sora and all those places. And it release all our stressness from our body. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, I conclude my speech, and I firmly stand with the idea that we should harmonize with our environment and our nature.
Humans often hurt the earth, isn't it? Throwing plastics. We can take the example like the one on back. We can see everyday garbage, huggies, and etc. Those. No, it is not a joke. But it also affects the marine life, isn't it? And due to our very existence, it disturbs the natural balance of the environment, isn't it? It disturbs. We clear the forests, pollute water bodies, and exploit resources for our own benefit, isn't it? We can see the building. They cut all the vegetations and build themselves a new home, isn't it? And if we are very careful with helping the environment, but still we still harm the environment. How? Due to our household waste, isn't it? Due to our household waste, every day we might see garbage that we inherently affect the environment, such as consumption, processes, industrial process, and technological radioactive radiation, isn't it? But still, in biodiversity, I mean, harmony means the things that we get from nature, but not from human, isn't it? And still, human impact on environment like pollution, deforestation, and climate change. Climate change such as global warming. Nowadays, we can see the uprising temperature in some place, but in those time we can see that every day is raining, right? That we are very lucky that we are still staying in Nongstoin, isn't it? Everybody, we still get fresh air. And now, if now due to the growing of industries, there is a lots of loss of biodiversity. Especially we can take the Rubiang. Now they are establishing new factories, isn't it? Doesn't affect the environment? Doesn't affect the atmosphere? It does, right, Mr. Speaker? And the judges? Do you agree with me? And before I like to conclude my speech, human and nature often clash with each other. Let us acknowledge and reduce the impact and build a more sustainable world. And that's all. Thank you.
The concept of living in harmony in nature involves understanding and respecting the natural world and making choices that benefit both humans and environment. This includes practices like sustainable living, conservation of forests,
and a shift in perspective towards valuing nature as a sources of living, of well-being, rather than a resources to be exploited. How can, Mr. Speaker, sir, how can we can live in harmony with nature? Yes, of course we can live in harmony with nature by not throwing waste into the water bodies, and we should not practice the method of deforestation. Instead of deforestation, we should practice afforestation. Then human can also human can adapt their lifestyle to be more eco-friendly. For example, sustainable agriculture by using organic manure like green manure and animal manure instead of fertilizer, which affect the soil. And modern technology enables smarter management, smarter resources management, and environmental protection. For example, like solar panels, wind turbines, and electric vehicles. Also, nature help to heal our mental ill. If we are depressed or stressed, we can expose ourselves to the nature, and after exposing ourselves to the nature, we can feel that we feel fresh. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm strongly disagree, stating that they can live in harmony with nature, because nature provides us all the basic things that we need. Without the natural resources, life on Earth will not exist. Thank you.
I'm standing here today to firmly oppose the motion, can we live together with harmony? First of all, let us start. Let us start with the reality and not step into the delusion of living in harmony with nature. Why? Why? Because living in harmony with nature can be theoretically done, but it's practically impossible. We humans, we clear forests to build cities, to expand land, just to fit the growing population, right? We dam rivers, we build dams to produce electricity. For what? Just to see in the night, or else we'll be living in the dark in the night. We pollute the land, the air, the water bodies. For what? To feed the industries and for the technology. We human, we thrive on limited growth. We want growth. Just from this, we can see that we cannot live in harmony with nature. Despite all the talks about sustainability, ecological project, all of those just talks. If harmony was possible, then it would have been for a long time ago. We humans, we talk about sustainable, all of those, but they are just talks. Our actions speak loudest. We extract, exploit, and consume far more than what the earth can regenerate. So yeah, we cannot live in harmony with nature. Firstly, human needs and nature balance are constantly at odds. Why? Because we human, we want unlimited growth, bigger homes, faster car, more food, but nature thrives on balance and limits. So how can there be harmony when one side takes more? To be in harmony means both sides need to distribute equally. Just like what Ilarsha said, that nature gives us so we can be in harmony. But no, for harmony to be possible, we need to give to nature also. But no, we don't give, we just take. So harmony is not possible. Secondly, can we live in harmony with nature? That's a question. To live in harmony means we need to take care of each other, right? Yeah. Both parties need to take care of each other. Is that right, Mr. Speakers? Respected judges? Yeah. But from our history, from the past action, we can see that we only take action. We only take action when disasters strike. Deforestation, climate change, species extinction, all of them are ignored until they are on crisis level. Even then, changes are still slow. We are driven by greed, profit, and not respect to nature, so living in harmony is impossible. And the same goes for nature. Don't forget, nature isn't kind to us either. Floods, earthquakes, wildfire, tornadoes, cycling, all of those are action of nature. From these action of nature, it shows that harmony with it is not guaranteed. If harmony, if we live in harmony with nature, we won't be attacking the nature, but the nature will attack us, so we cannot. We build dams to hold back the water, to protect ourselves from floods. We create shelters to build homes to protect ourselves from the storm. So these signs are not signs of harmony. They are signs of conflicts and survival. So that shows we humans are attacking the nature and nature are attacking us. So just survival of the fittest. So, two enemies cannot be in harmony with each other. So harmony is not possible. In conclusion, while the idea of harmony with nature is noble, it's great, but it is just an ideal. It's just a delusion, far away from reality. What we built, we grow today, shows that harmony with nature is impossible. And what nature shows to us, the disaster, shows that harmony with it is also impossible. That's all. Thank you.
The school's participants also planted saplings in Maoyaban, symbolizing in commitment to restoring natural habitats. We also had a speech from our guest, Mr. FS1, MFS Divisional Forest Officer, Social Forestry and Territorial Division Noston, who highlighted the importance of preserving the environment, calling everyone to be responsible, and the principal of Mount Hermon Academy Secondary School, Mrs. D. Shadab.
Good morning to every one of you. I am not new in this school, to the school. I have had duties 2 times. If some of you may remember, especially our teachers, I was here for exam duties, if you yet remember. So, first of all, I would take this opportunity to express my gratitude to the headmaster and the school management board for their supports and the heartful participation. Then I also congratulate to all the participants. Just like Sir said, either they win or they lose, that does not matter. The most important is how you present yourself, the confidence in your answer, and the points you put up. Just like Sir has already introduced me, so I don't think so I'll need another introduction. So, this year, when we learn about the theme of this International Day of Biodiversity, that is the harmony with nature and sustainable development. What caught my attention is the word harmony. So, well, when we were young, just like you in our school days, and those days, music was one of the hobbies that we spent on. And among our friends groups, we would pick up instrument to play. So while we learn all those musical notes and scales. So harmonic scale was one of those. So this harmonic scale is a combination of notes, which in a certain patterns, which produces a sound that is soothing and pleasing to the mind and our ear. So that's how I came across the harmony word since that age. And dictionary meaning of harmony is pleasing combination of elements. By governed by the natural law and an existing agreement and or an accord. Just like the last contender he said harmony means to dwell in peace. So I don't just even I would second him that nature and man, we are not, friends, because we humans, we are not equally with nature. We are below nature. Nature is above her. So nature is the one who commands, and it's not man who commands. And if we try to mess that up, nature strikes violently. You know. So that's one thing. So anyway, I congratulate both of them. I found that their points were very strong, and they have really came up with a strong contention. Huh? So harmony with nature. So I have to side with the theme only. Huh? Forgive me. So harmony with nature, it means to live in tandem with nature. It's a way of life that where we live as human and in our social life, we don't sabotage our own environment and thereby reducing our chances of survival. So all the disaster, most of the disaster of the nature is man-made, except few, which is beyond the control of man. Uh, so, and to live in harmony with nature, it means we are preparing the present. In the present, we are going to prepare for a healthy and a natural environment for our future generations. Yeah. So I urge all of you young citizens here to educate yourself and and try to live a practical life, uh, like in harmony with nature. So in this, I would like select few topics, just maybe one or two. So one topic will be respect nature. So we humans, just like I said, we are not in equal with nature. We are a part of nature. So we are. Uh, it is nature who decides what survive and what perish. So my advice to you is, if you cannot afford to change nature, it is better to leave it as it is. No. And leave it as it is and just take what you can afford. Just like Mahatma Gandhi has said, he quoted, nature has everything for man's need, but not for man's greed. This time, I would urge all of our young citizens to take part in protecting our nature, our environment, this coming winter. You know, this problem is very local and very practical, and it is man-made. So the problem, this problem is forest fire. Yeah, you talk about the wildfire, but here in our district, it's all man-made. It is forest fire is not at all natural in our place. So I request all of you to go home, sensitize your family and friends about forest fire, that it have to stop. And during winter, whenever you see somebody or someone kindling fire in the forest, please request him to stop, him or her to stop immediately, and somehow try to make them understand the harmful impact of forest fire. And instead, try to protect nature by not lighting it up to ashes. So this is very simple. I hope you got the point. Will you do that this winter? If you find someone kindling fire, will you request them to stop? Yeah, please do so. Some of you may be small fire, you can dose it off, but try not to do it because it's quite wildfire is very dangerous. So if you ever have to see that, you can sensitize them or report it to the authorities, such as our department or the police department, the fire service. You can report them yourself. So the second one, which I would like to tell you, is the carbon footprint. Uh, I hope you know what is carbon footprint. Okay, carbon footprint. No, okay. Let me just not go directly. I'll just say that we humans, we have passions. We all have passions. Some have passion for music. Some have passion for dancing. Some have passion for traveling, trekking. So with these passions, we do extreme things for passion's sake. So for this include even making collections of items or material things, and we collect them, we buy them, and we store them beyond what we need. So, and we are never satisfied. We are never full of the items that we love so much. We just want to have more and new one all the time. And by this, we consume more than what it is available. So when it is no more available, we will go to the extreme point just to have it. We always want the best. So in the end, we leave a lot of unused materials. We can buy a lot of things, but in the end, we will not be able to use them. So finally, they end up as waste. This is the carbon footprint. So this is what we call the carbon footprint. So we have to check that. Why carbon footprint? Because some items, they will not be used. It will be for sometimes, for one time or two times only. Then it will be dumped as waste. So it will go into the nature, and in the nature, it will take 100 years or 200 years to decompose. So it remains. It will be used one time, but in the nature, it will be used for 100 years. And that's why it's called the carbon footprint. So to do this, to check this, how do we reduce this? We have to check that. No? We have to be judicious in our consumption. And we have to use it to the minimal. Try not to overuse or overconsume anything. For example, do not waste food, and do not waste water, and do not convert your wardrobe into a godown. We godown which is full of costly clothes, but you will never wear them anytime. Which and like we fill our racks with branded shoes, but we will not wear them for fear that they will wear away. So the point here is to reduce the unnecessary consumption. That's why that way we can reduce our carbon footprint. There are a lot many things which relating to harmony with nature. Harmony with nature is about how do we live in a way where we don't kill ourselves. Like fine, when nature decides to strike, it is very violent, very brutal. We cannot do anything about to stop. But as for the one that we induce, we have to check that. So that's one of the. There are many other ways like awareness, like education, yeah, and active participation by just like the contender from this side said, reforestation or afforestation, and then having more nature parks, nature trails, um, and having our own home garden or the rooftop gardens that way. So the second part of the theme is sustainable development. If just like this team said, if we don't have development, then we cannot have development without destroying something. He said that. So yeah, we need development, and to achieve that, we have to uh, destroy something. We have to cut down trees. We will need sand, and we will need stones. We will need all the materials for development purpose. So development is one thing. Now, one more word that is added to it is sustainable. Sustainability. Now, sustainability is what we utilized without compromising its availability in the future. It's not we utilize today and we finish everything up today, and tomorrow there's nothing left for our future generations to see. So that is why sustainability. We have to be this will go, this will follow you when we grow up, you know. So our earth, our nature, our world is we have uh, we have changed the world so much that it is all by human doings that we have changed the world. That people in the West, they have started uh, to to scout out other planets, thinking that maybe there is life on another planet, and one day we will go there, and before our Earth completely melt down of by our own doings. So why that happened? Because we never judiciously used the natural resources that is available to us. We used all the natural resources uh, only for ourselves, not thinking about our children. What if our children, how will they build their houses without timbers, or if we exhaust every stones or building stones, now how will they build their houses? And so the lesson that we are going to learn is whatever we invest today, whatever resources we consume today, we must make sure that we see them being available even when you guys or when you were 60 years old. Let's hope that what we use today, we can still see them after that many years. You know, we used to say, we used to say that these days we will never again find those trees, big size trees where one, just one trunk is carried by one vehicle. So it's the size of one truck. These days we don't see that. And maybe we will never see it. So that is one resources which we have lost. There is no sustainability in that. And when we were young, we used to hear jackals, foxes, or barking deer outside our villages barking. But these days we don't hear them anymore. So that those type of resources which we have lost. And we used to have springs and rivers that flows the whole year. And nowadays we mostly see only in the rainy season, and by the end of the rainy season, they all dried up. And also we never used to buy fruits from the market because it is available plenty in and around our villages. So we hardly know even what fruit. We only know through textbook that this is that, but we consume only the local fruits. But in today's reality, what we do is we can only tell stories of our glorious past. This was when we were young. This was there. Now it's not there. So, and today we have to outsource everything. Fruits, vegetables, we have to import them for our consumption. We even have to buy drinking water, especially during winter time. We have to buy. There was a lot of fight just because of drinking water. And we tear down hills. We pollute our rivers to get materials for construction purpose. The large scale construction, we can say that a destructive construction. We have changed nature so much that we have changed nature so much. Development has really has been so advanced. Almost all villages are connected with roads, with electricity and mobile connectivity. And this is a good thing. Development is needed. So we have, the world has become smaller. We can go anywhere we can go to Guwahati in 2 hours. We can go to Shillong in 2 hours, which before we used to take 3 to 4 hours. So the world has become smaller with our development. And our relationship and our distance with nature, however, this relationship with nature is like becoming apart. Have become more distance from nature. So this is what development has done, and the sustainability development, we have to be careful and be watchful that we use it to the minimal and try not to produce so much waste. And this is all. I thank you so much.
The event concluded with a vote of thanks delivered by Dr. S. Dengan, MFS, appreciating the efforts of the organizing team, participants, and audience. It was a day of learning, reflection, and commitment to safeguarding the biodiversity that sustains all life on Earth.
Before we depart from this place, I would like to say thank you to my dear friend, and he is our pastor, Pastor Bring. Since I think this school, I told him in this morning, like, this is just like I'm part of the school, like anytime I can just ask, and then he can also just ask a favor anytime. So thank you so much, Pastor, for the green signal that we could organize this program. Although time was short, but still we could make it very successful. Actually, there is a harmony between us and them. That's why things work, And then thank you, Principal Ma'am, and the teachers of the school. Without you, I think the program will not be successful. DFO sir, he has consented to be part of this program, and our staffs from the department, they have been so, so useful in coordinating prior to the commencement of this program. And dear students, thank you so much for coming, and I hope you could grasp something from this program. There is if you look at statistics, earlier in the olden days, what we used to see is the moment we move out from our house, we could hear the birds chirping. Now it's just the horns of the vehicle. And then what sir has said, there are animals, jackals, foxes. You could hear their sound at night, and then sometimes we got scared. If you come out of the house, we could encounter certain wild animals. But now those are just like myths. I think most of us, we haven't seen so many animals. When I went for my training in Dehradun, I could see certain animals in the cage, in zoo. And then when I saw them in the wild, it is so thrilling. I got so scared seeing tigers, 2 tigers, they were together, in the road that we were traveling. And then that was the first experience. It was so thrilling, and I got so scared, because a tiger can just jump, and then it can just, you are just like one snack for him, But then they are so beautiful. They are so beautiful. And then I think today, just one thing I just want to remind each and every one of you. So much have been said, so much debate, so much of speech has been given. But remember one thing. Every day, around 12 to 150 species, they go extinct. A time will come when you will talk about certain species that our future generations will think like they haven't heard of them. They don't know them. Or maybe, when we talk about animals, we'll just see the statue, and then we couldn't see them in real life. So I think we need to act. We need to act. Although, like in the debate, they said, yes, it is very difficult to live in harmony with nature. But then, as long as we live, we should never give up. There has to be some behavioral changes in us. I remember whenever every day we used to generate plastics. You just come out of your house, you go to school, then you'll see a shop, open the chips package, and then what do you do with that plastic? Where do you put? In your pocket, or you'll throw it in the road? That matters. Remember that. We talk about reduce, reuse, and recycle. So this should be a reality. It should not just be on paper, okay? What I do is, like, whenever I travel in my vehicle, I never throw plastics. I used to keep it. You can ask for my staff, and I always used to keep that habit. And we should be nature lovers, okay? Because God has been so good. He put this nature as a blessings for us, okay? But then what do humans do? We always go, wherever we go, we conquer. I sow, I conquer, and then I destroy. So we should learn to respect what God has given us and let us live in harmony, okay? Thank you so much.
Also, Mount Hermon Academy Secondary School celebrated World Environment Day on the 5th of June 2025 at the campus school hall with participation from students and teachers. The program concluded with the school junior choir performance, followed by a cleaning drive in nearby areas by the school's vicinity and tree samplings plantation. Here are some honorable mentions.
I am Phoebe Thongni.
And I am Imabel C. Carbony. And this is all for the school's half-yearly report. Thank you.